I learned something this time, which is a piece of advice that I never gave because I never knew it before, and that was that the writing needs to be put aside sometimes, and you need space in order to go back to it. There were imposed things. I had to go be with my grandkids for a month. I had to go visit my friend or whatever. I had a year to write this book, and I left it 3 times for a month. And each time when I came back to it was like, oh man, I was like torturing myself over that beginning. I should just lop it off or move it over here, or the solution would be so obvious that had I stayed there working and trying and willing myself to fix it, it never would have come. So that was a wonderful lesson for me, to be able to just relax about it, just go away, leave it, and come back.
I think it's interesting, this life or art thing. I think it's, with all due respect, a false dilemma. I mean, life will assert itself. I mean, I try to write every day, but then all of a sudden something happens, or something I've got to do. I'm just seduced away from it. You know, an old friend comes, and you know, next thing you know, we're broken out a bottle, and we're talking and so forth, and you're not going to pass that up. You have to live certain times. But on the other hand, if you really want to write something, if you're determined that you're going to write a particular thing, especially when you're starting out as a writer, I think you have to give something up. I don't think you can just do writing in odd moments. And I know you've heard 501 people have heard me say this. I think you have to say, look, I want this badly enough that I'm going to give up watching, you know, reality TV. I'm not going to watch it anymore. I'm going to give up something in my life that is going to create space that will enable me to write.
One piece of advice, I'll try to boil it down. No one's mentioned this, and I'll get into technique, and that is to try to write clearly and try to focus. And also tell yourself that too many words spoil the broth. Words are important, and don't use them meaninglessly and throw them away and think of great metaphors and so forth when you really want to make something clear. And an important thing, I think, is, did I mention this? Meaningful. Something should be, you can be funny as hell, you can, you know, be outrageous, you can take a lot of risks. But essentially, if you're looking for the truth, and I think all of us are, is to write something that's meaningful. Because we waste enough trees in the old days having the printed word, but now we're electronically. We lose enough electricity just writing stuff that's sort of meaningless and not even entertaining. But then, you know, every time any of us says something, there's a paradox. So a lot of these things that go across as sort of meaningless are some of the most meaningful. So everything's a paradox.